Hey everyone, back another little video here. Sorry about this glare here. Move them in the shed right now. I just wanted to make this quick video about, as a lot of people know, the roller coaster that is, or soon to be was, a great adventure called the Kingda Ka. As everyone probably knows by now, its run at the park is over. This was its last season. This came as a surprise to a lot of people, myself included, that they wouldn't need it. It's just surprising the fact that it barely got any fanfare. Word only started getting out within its final couple weeks, if that it wasn't going to be back next year, that the season would be its last. And that's just really surprising. I mean, I see a lot of people's reactions even saying, like, for a legendary coaster, it's such a record-breaking legendary coaster as it was, the fact that it barely even got any fanfare, and the fact that it even rides like, the Scream Machine, I remember, they had signs up everywhere telling people to get on it one last time. That was like weeks ahead of time. I mean, like, there was crazy advertisements, and that wasn't even as big of a coaster. I mean, I wasn't around during its beginning, but yet Kingda Ka, knowing how legendary it was, 456 feet tall, 128 miles an hour, the fact that it was such a landmark coaster, and the fact that, a lot of people wonder why they're even removing it if it's so popular still. And they say by 2026 they're getting like a brand new coaster, a record-breaking coaster, I quote. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it because the ride's too much money to maintain anymore? I mean, I have heard it has a lot of downtime. It was down once when I went 2009, although that was because of a lightning strike. I will mention, though, that I was lucky enough to go on it 4 times in my life. I went on it once in 2007 when I was there. Got on it again in 2 times in 2010, and 1 time in 2011, and it was an amazing coaster. It's arguably my favorite one. I know a lot of people say it's over in 20 seconds, but 20 seconds are worth it. And I know some people like to compare it to Top Thrill Dragster. I was never on Top Thrill Dragster because I don't live in Ohio, but Kingda Ka, by looking at the layouts, I do think Kingda Ka gets the bonus win, what am I saying? I should say get the +1 because of the bonus hill it has. Top Thrill, as soon as it goes down the hill, it just goes straight to the brake station. Kingda Ka, it has, after it goes down the big hill, there's another little, like, what they call a bunny hill. Is that the right term? Like another hill it goes over before it goes into the brake run. Well, the brake run's at the end of the hill, I think. But anyway, what I was saying is, I mean, I'm just really surprised. Like many are saying, the fact that it barely got any fanfare, knowing how much of a legendary and popular coaster it's been, the fact that it would just get removed with hardly any fanfare is just really bizarre. And it's not like, I don't know, like, remember the Batman and Robin chiller ride? I didn't get to the park when it was operational, but we're hearing that had a ton of problems throughout its run, and that only lasted 10 years. Although the Batman side, they said, was down more, but they both had their fair share of problems from what I read. But that's a whole nother issue. But I think it has lasted almost double. It's lasted 19 years at this point. Though I'm surprised a lot of other steel coasters, like Steel Force at Dorney, that opened in 97, it's still running. Talon from 2001 from Dorney is still opening. Storm Runner at Hershey is over 20 and still running. I mean, it's just weird that Kingda Ka isn't even, that other steel coasters have lasted longer, and somehow the fact that they wouldn't even give it a full season yet, I could see if they said next year, you're saying, hey, this is our last season for it to be open, get your final rides on. But the fact this wouldn't even get any fanfare, I'm saying, it's just really bizarre. And I know a couple people have said that maybe it's because of the downtime and issues that they didn't want to guarantee that it would be operational for a time. And yeah, I mean, that kind of does make sense in a way. I can understand that, but the fact it came on such short notice that the ride would be closing for good, only within the last couple weeks, like I said, it's just really a bizarre situation. Oh, and I mean, I get the whole downtime thing. Like I said, maybe it was because it was too expensive to keep maintaining. In the past years, how it's, like I said, the maintenance. And even them taking the ride down, Zumanjaro, the ride attached to it, is going to be gone too. Now, I don't know, maybe it wasn't popular. I don't know. But by the way, even Green Lantern Coaster, that's going to be removed too, which I'm very surprised by that. The ride's only 13 years old. And like I said, other coasters have lasted a lot longer than that as well. And I did go on in 2011 during its first year. I know some people say they didn't like, the stand-up theme. Well, not so much the stand-up theme, but the bar that you kind of sit on while you stand. People say it's uncomfortable. I didn't think so. I didn't mind it really when I was on it. I thought it was a fun, a stand-up coaster. You don't see many stand-up coasters. And that's kind of sad that is apparently being removed too. I mean, I know it was for the movie 2011, which I know wasn't all that great or successful, but still, I mean, and even a couple other rides like Twisters, I think a parachute ride, they're all being removed. So the parachute ride, Twister, Green Lantern, and Kingda Ka are all being removed in 2026 due to a record-breaking coaster. And while part of me is kind of optimistic to see what that does entail, I mean, is it going to be more reliable than Kingda Ka was? I mean, for record-breaking, I mean, sounds like you're going to have a lot to live up to. I mean, I know they did, at Cedar Fair, they did replace Top Thrill Dragster after 20 years, because I guess problems or whatever they kept having, same thing. And now I have Top Thrill 2, although I don't know if that has problems now. I haven't read too much on it. But it's similar, kind of, though kind of different. But, yeah, I mean, this whole situation is just real bizarre. I mean, I see a lot of vocal responses to this news saying, like I said, the fact that they're all saying it's, very out of left field. Nobody saw it coming. And the fact that they wouldn't even hardly give it a proper farewell or fanfare. They wouldn't even give it a whole one more season. The whole thing's just real bizarre. And like I said, there's some possible theories, like I said, about the constant maintenance they didn't want to deal with. The parts maybe were an issue getting in. I don't know, but that's all my thoughts. And I'm ordering a shirt, by the way, as I guess you could call it a dedication. I do have one I got in 2010 though, but that's kind of getting too small for me now, so I ordered a new, a fancy one. So it's a little tribute, I guess, to their ride, which, yeah, I mean, it's just unreal, this whole situation. And I know a lot of people have shared their thoughts already. I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. So yeah, if you want to comment below me what you think of this whole situation, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.